everybody, happy Thursday. I hope that you're all okay and that you're having a lovely, lovely week. So in Phonics today, we are going to be thinking about our camera words and our keywords today. We're going to be thinking about reading them and we're going to be thinking about writing them. But before we do that, we are going to run through our sound cards. Are you ready? Let's go. See if you can get them before me. Brilliant. A. Remember the one from yesterday? E. Remember the one we put our hands on our head? Sh. L. L. K. 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 Z. G, g, g. One. K, k, k. Oh, done that one. D, d, d. B, b, b. Oh, we're upside down. What's this one? Qu. Well done. Like a duck's beak cracking. Qu. Very good. S. J, j, j. W, w, w. Very good. Ch, ch. S. Ah, ah, ah. T, t. Z. E, e, e. Mm. Mm. X, x. Ah. Ah. Yeah, fantastic. Well done. Look how many we know. That is loads. Look at that. Oh my goodness, you know so many sounds now. That's amazing. Right then, now today, we normally practice our camera words like this, don't we? I've got all my camera words here, but today we're going to play a game instead. Now, I showed you Phonics Play the other day. If you go on to Phonics Play and go on to phase 3, there is a game which helps you with they call them tricky words, but it's what we call our camera words or our keywords. And it's a game all about reading them. So I thought we'd do that today because our theme this week, our topic is all about transport and the ways that we get places. Why don't we do a game all about lorries? They call trucks. So it's their tricky trucks. But for us, it's our camera words on lorries. So let's have a look. So as I say, if you go to Phonics Play, which I can show you. So there's the top of the website and then either phase 2 or phase 3. And then you go on to the Tricky Trucks game. So what I've done is if you go back, I have picked which words we're going to do. So we know all of phase 2 and we know most of phase 3. So we know those ones. Again, all these, though, are at the bottom on our daily plan. At the bottom of the phonics bit are all the words that we know. So then I'm going to click done. Now, on here, what it says is you've got to read it and then you've got to say whether you've got it right or wrong. So it might be worth you working with your grown-up, and your grown-up can click the tick if you're right or the cross if you need to have another go. If it's the cross, it comes back at the end. But for right now, because you're playing it with me, I can't actually hear you. So we're going to do it just like we do with our camera words like this. They're going to come along and you've got to say the word. Are you ready? I hope that makes sense. So let's see if we can do it. Now, in this game, you get to pick where you are, what kind of lorry you'd like and what colour. So I'm actually going to go, I'm going to go for a beach. I'm going to go for this truck and I might go for, blue. You ready? Let's go. Okay. What's this word? No. Well done. This one? We. He. Now remember that one because we're going to work with that word today. This is our new one. My. She. Two. The. What's this one? Me. Well done. And you remember this one? It's a tricky one. Was. Well done. Be. Go. We haven't actually done this one. I think I clicked this one wrong, but it's her. I. Well done, we got them all fantastic. And then you can play it again, or you can do different words. So well done, we whizzed through them. Now, the next thing we are going to do is we're going to practice writing some of our camera words and our keywords. So what I need you to do is to get something that you can write with. That can either be a whiteboard and a pen, or a piece of paper and a pencil, or even some magnetic letters. But you need to be able to make words. So pause the video here and go and grab something for me. Okay, have you got something to write with? Brilliant. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you a camera, but with the word covered up. And what you've got to do is try and write the word. Now, writing the word can sometimes be tricky because with our camera words, they don't always sound like what they do when you sound them out, because that's why they're a camera word. The camera words are the ones that we can just look at with our eyes and say, because they don't always read exactly how they look. So we're going to do it together. See which ones we can remember. So the first one is going to be he. Now, do you remember I said to remember this one because we were definitely going to work on this one. He. Now, you can work out the first sound of he is going to be a, isn't it? Now, I've got my line here. I'm going to try and sit my letters on the line to make them super neat. I'm going to go entry stroke up and stop, down and over the one-armed robot. What's the next sound going to be in he? Do you remember? He. It's going to be an eh, isn't it, I think? So we'll do an eh. There we go. Let's see if we're right. We are. He has a h and an eh. And together the word is he. Okay, the next one is going to be go. Go. Now again, we can work out what go sounds like from the start, so what the letter will be, sorry, for the first sound, go. It's definitely going to start with a g, isn't it? Now I'm going to write my g sitting on the line. So I'm going to go entry stroke up and stop, back around, sitting on the line, and then the tail's going to go underneath the line and flick. G, o. Again, we can't really sound it out. Do you remember what it's going to be? Go. Take a wild guess. It's probably going to be an oh, isn't it? So that O sound, let's see. There we go, sitting it on the line beautifully. And let's see if we're right. We are right. Go has a g and an r, and together the word is go. Let's see if we can do the next ones. I'm just going to get rid of my writing. Okay, the next one is going to be two. Two. Now, don't be cheeky and write the number two. We're on about the word two. So the first sound we can definitely hear is t, two. It's going to be a t, isn't it? So we're going to do entry stroke up all the way to the top, back down and across. Now two, that's a bit of a tricky one, isn't it? Two. Does anybody remember what two looks like? A t and a? Should we have a look to check? Ah, it's the oh, isn't it? So let's write that in. We're going to go entry stroke up and stop, back around and flick for two. The next one is going to be the. Now that is a tricky one to write because it doesn't sound anything like it looks. The. But there are lots of people in reception who I know are amazing at spelling the. What's the first sound going to be in the? Now you might get a clue from what my mouth is doing. The. My tongue's sticking out. What sound do we do with our tongue sticking out. We do, don't we? So it's going to be a t and a h. And then, does anyone remember what the last sound's going to be? The ends in an F, doesn't it? Shall we have a look, see if we're right? It does, there we go. Right then, last ones. We're not going to do them all today, we're just going to do a few of them. So the last ones are going to be she, she. Now when we learnt the word she, we thought about that first sound and it's a sh, isn't it? What two letters make up our sound sh, sh? It's a s and a h, isn't it? So we're going to write a s down the slithery snake, trying to sit it on the line. Ooh. And then a, we haven't joined them up today, but that's okay. And then the last sound in she is going to be like he. Do you remember? It ended in an F, didn't it? An F. Let's have a look, see if we're right. We are. She. Fantastic. Right, last one. Are you ready? You've been writing these with me. The last one is into. Into. Now, into is quite a long word, but it sounds like in, two, put together. So we can work that one out. Into. So we know it starts with in. So let's do the I. And then into, well, we've already written two, so we know it's a t and a o. And all together that makes into. Shall we see if we're right? Hey, we are. Into. Fantastic. Thank you for your help. Okay, so for the last challenge today, I thought we'd try and write a sentence, but using lots of our camera words and keywords. See how long a sentence we can make, pretty much just using camera words and keywords. So I thought we could write the sentence, I go to the, and then we need another word at the end. So I thought shop. I go to the shop. 1, 2, 3, 4 of those words are keywords or camera words, so we could just write them straight away. Should we have a go? Now, to help me, I'm going to draw, a line all the way across. I'm not sure why it's green. Why not? They're normally a black line, but what's wrong with a green line? So I'm going to do 2 lines so that I can write really beautifully on my lines. So, I go to the shop. Let's practice it one more time. I go to the shop. The first word is I. Now we all know how to write I, and because it's the start of the sentence and it's the word I, we know it's going to be a capital. So we're going to write I, nice and tall, sitting on the line. There we go. I go. Right, finger space. Now go. Do you remember we wrote it a minute ago? G and an O, wasn't it? Go. So we're going to sit our G on the line, flick under, and then our O. I quite like having green lines, you know. Makes it a bit easier to see. I go to. Again, we know how to write to. We're absolutely experts. Finger space, to is going to be t. And then what was that last sound in to? Do you remember what we put after the O? Just giving it away. After the t is the O. To. There we go. I go to the. Now this was our one that I'm really impressed with, if you can remember how to spell it, because it's a tricky one. The, t, h, and an e. And then what was the last word? I go to the shop. Shop is going to be, robot arms up, sh, op. Brilliant, sh, op. Let me just write that in. Sh, ooh. Just finish that off because of the time of the video. But what I'd like you to do today is to have a go at writing some of these words, and you're going to make a camera word train. So on the website, I popped a template, or you can make one yourself. Have a go at putting a different camera word in each carriage and see how long a train you can make. Enjoy, and I'll see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.